Hi, this is János. This is my channel Real World Audio about advice on audio equipment, music listening, and solving things not on the beaten path, but going off the beaten path and learning and improving. So today the subject is power tubes. Which is the best power tube? I have this question all the time and asking which is the best tube, like a 45 or a 300B, 845, 211, EL34, and or can I recommend vacuum tubes which are off the beaten path, that are not known, like the 6CW5 or 807 or something like that. And my answer is you can pick any of the tubes. It ultimately doesn't really matter almost at all. And there's only one thing that matters, is that after you pick one that you like, then you have to persevere and perfect that amplifier. Now I am talking about modifying things, building things, and changing things and fine tuning. And maybe you can start with an amplifier that you buy, that you purchase, and then you can slowly tweak it, modify it, change it to make it more refined, more to your taste, to make it more suitable for your stereo equipment, for your room acoustics, to have better equipment synergy. And I know people are worried what my gear will have better synergy with, which power tube. And really the answer for that is that any power tube or every power tube requires fine tuning to have good synergy with the rest of your system. And just choosing a power tube type is like flipping open a cookbook and pointing at a random recipe and trying it out. And that's why when you do that, you first have to taste that recipe. So that is, listen to that power tube, listen to a couple different amplifiers using those power tubes to get an idea. Is it something remotely similar that you would like to have? Does it work with similar gear as you have in your system? I mean, similar loudspeakers, similar rooms. And if the answer for that is yes, then you continue on and start fine tuning it. Because just as in a cookbook, you point at a recipe and you taste it, you try it out, you try cooking of it, and the first attempts will be okay. And if you want something better, the answer for that is not like closing the cookbook and finding something completely different, like just swapping from a soup to a dessert, or like Italian food to Thai food, and then just going totally random and clueless about it. But find first a recipe that's most palatable for you, and then continue improving that recipe. And the only way you are becoming a master chef is not doing 100 botched attempts of making a first attempts on cooking all sorts of diverse stuff, but trying one recipe and perfecting it, changing the ingredients, fine tuning the spices, everything, cooking time, uh, and that's how you find your best sound. And that's my advice. Just pick your tube, that power tube that you want to work with, and then it's all about the experimentation, how you fine tune it. So talking of myself, the power tube I picked for life is the 807. That's a 6L6 family power tube. And at the time when I started using it, it was totally unknown to the audio world. there were really fringe reports on it, on few people using it. Today there's many more, but even it's still on the really fringe side. And I can tell you guys that spending 20 years with a single tube and perfecting it, perfecting the driver stage, perfecting the power supply, that's all that matters. And if I would have just jumped ship like 100 times, okay, now let's build a 300 B amp, let's build a 2A3 amp, let's toy around with transmitter tubes. Yeah, sure. Then I would have built like 50 half-baked amplifiers. And instead of that, I just stuck to one, and during 20 years of experimenting with the same power tube, actually I experimented with other power tubes as well, but this has been my main focus, and I never put it aside. And that's what I can recommend for everyone. Choose one thing that you like and perfect it, and that will be your answer for your final amplifier. So thank you for tuning in. Have an amazing day. Please like and subscribe so others can like and subscribe and learn. I hope this was useful. And just as I said, pick any tube that's available for you in your region, because I might have recommendations, but if you cannot buy it, then that's not good for anything. And essentially the vacuum tubes have the potential, all of them have amazing untapped potential in them, and it's for you to try it out, experiment, and bring out that potential. So thank you, bye bye.